Welcome back to your Career Cheat Sheet, a series focused on helping students build a career with advice from people who've been through it all before. We're here to make your early career moves less daunting, and I'm Karen Ngo, a senior CEO communications manager here at Microsoft, and my personal philosophy is growing 1% every day through finding inspiration to share with the world. In this series, we've covered the principles of personal branding and the importance of developing a career narrative. In the last episode, I demoed how to build your career walking deck with Copilot tasks. And now that you have your deck, let's talk about how to use it in the real world. So, starting to network can be a very foreign and intimidating experience, especially when you're at the beginning of your career. But it is such a critical skill. And I remember that back in university, I was absolutely terrified of networking and talking to adults that weren't my aunts and uncles. Some of the biggest challenges that you might have with networking are the awkwardness of it. Sometimes you just don't know how to start a conversation or continue a conversation. I still remember really having shaky hands when I was trying to shake someone's hand. Other times, you feel like you're getting ghosted and no one really cares about getting to know you. But from having had almost 500 coffee chats at this point, I found that the career walking deck really helps you overcome these networking pain points. The first way you can use your career walking deck is in coffee chats. It's really great for breaking the ice and starting the conversation off strong. What I like to do is attach my one-pager or About Me slide to the meeting invite so that the other person has a chance to check it out before we meet. Then when we get into the meeting, I'd start off by saying something along the lines of, "Thank you for taking the time to chat with me today. Before we dive into the questions that I've prepared, I'd love to break the ice and tell you a little bit more about me and why I'm interested in chatting with you." So this actually gives you an opportunity to warm the other person up, tell them who you are, and if you're in person, then you can actually bring a printout. But if you are virtual, then you can just share your screen and quickly touch on a few highlights in under a minute. So remember that you are not telling your life story. You want to keep it short and punchy. So it can feel a little bit weird to do this in your first few times, but it's such a great way to get the other person to warm up to you and build that personal connection. Sometimes you'll even find commonalities with the other person, like you both love sushi or you went to the same school. And once you feel comfortable networking with your career walking deck, it'll be much easier to use it in your job interviews. I personally would never go into a job interview without my career walking deck because I believe it's such a great way for me to prepare and stand out from other candidates. When I was interviewing for my last role, I was trying to transition from sales operations, which is very analytics and reporting heavy, all the way to corporate communications, which is all about storytelling. And even though I didn't have a formal background in communications, I prepared a career walking deck to highlight my comms and transferable skills and experiences that would be relevant to the position. And my manager said that I was the only candidate who prepared one, and it really stood out to him. He ended up taking a chance on me, and I'll be forever grateful for the opportunity because it was all possible from trying something a little bit different. The first way that you can bring up your career walking deck in an interview is when they ask you, "Tell me about yourself and your background." You could say something along the lines of, "I'd love to tell you about myself. I actually prepared a one-pager for this, and I'd love to walk you through my background more visually. Is that okay?" Usually they would say yes out of curiosity. And then you can either share your screen or you can bring a printout of your career walking deck. Again, you want to keep it short and sweet and under 90 seconds. You can also use your career walking deck to answer questions like, "Why are you the best candidate?" or "Why do you want to work at this company?" I like to prepare a "Why me" slide by going through the job posting and picking out the top 3 skills that I think the hiring manager will care about most. And then I'd highlight my top experiences for each of these skills. You can also ask Copilot to help you do this by asking it to go through the job posting and pick out top 3 skills and then mapping it to your resume or LinkedIn profile. And then at the end of the interview, when they ask, "Do you have any other questions?" I always love to close it off with a bang and say, "Yes, I would love to show you my 30, 60, 90-day onboarding plan and get your feedback on if I'm aligned with your plan of success." This is a really great way to get the hiring manager to envision you being successful in the role on their team. And then after the interview, you can follow up with a thank you email where you would share your updated career walking deck so they have it for future reference. So now you have some real life scenarios for using your career walking deck. Personal branding and career storytelling are critical skills for standing out in this era of AI. So learning how to use this tool early in your career will help you accelerate your trajectory. Over time, you can even use it to guide your career conversations with managers, mentors, and other people that you talk to. I hope you learned a thing or two in the Career Cheat Sheet series, where we covered the importance of personal branding and career storytelling, how to build a career walking deck, and how to use it in the real world. Now get out there and practice sharing your career walking deck. Not only will it build your confidence, it'll build your network and help you stand out. Thank you so much for joining me, and please let me know in the comments what other topics you'd like to see us cover. See you later.